There's a certain identity and pride that comes from knowing exactly the type of pianist you are, knowing what type of pianist you are or what type of pianist you want to be. Because if you don't decide, then you are in danger of getting swept along with the tide of traditional piano. Social media algorithms push tutorials at you. You're just going to go along with whatever, comes across your path. All these things influence us and can make us go along a path that's not necessarily deliberate and not necessarily what we want it to be. We need to take that moment, whether it's at the beginning of our piano journey, which is best, the sooner the better, right? Or along wherever you are in your piano journey right now. It's just taking a moment to think, where am I headed? What do I want? Because the thing is that if you don't decide now, you could end up doing a longer journey to get to where you want to be than you really need to. If you go the traditional route, you will find that you will get taught all the reading sheet music, all the playing in the classical solo performance way, as if you're training to be a concert pianist, right? That's very, very specific. The traditional methods don't tell you that that's what they're doing, but that's what they're doing. There's this assumption that that's the type of pianist that everyone wants to be. And you don't go to your piano teacher and they say, right, what type of piano do you want to play? That very, very rarely happens. They just have the things that they teach you first, and they go along this traditional route of teaching you how to read sheet music and how to play in that style. And until, several years down the track, you wake up and you think, oh, that's not really what I was wanting to do. Now I want to explore playing piano freely and setting the piano playing off page or off book or naturally or whatever word you want to use it, or creatively. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Valerie, yes. I didn't know there was a choice. I thought some people were just magically talented to play by ear and that I wasn't one of them. That I know, and I know for a fact that there are so many people that feel the same way as you do, Valerie. So what is a creative pianist? Is someone who colors outside the lines of music. And we don't just play the notes on the sheet music and read, or what the song tutorial on YouTube instructs, but we add our own flair to everything we play. So we can flow through a lead sheet with ease and with our own style. We can improvise a piano solo from nothing but chord progressions. We can compose our own music because we understand ingredients of what makes a good song. And all these things, and the word that I use for this is creative, being a creative musician. Some people call it musicality, when you have an overall understanding of music that helps you be a better, more creative pianist. If we've established that those are some pretty wonderful things to be able to do, if those resonate with you and those are things that either you've already been thinking about that you might like to do, or now that I'm talking about them, you think, whew, that sounds good, but you're not currently working on those skills. Here is the question: what does it take to become a creative pianist? There are two things, fundamental qualities, that I think make a creative pianist. Those two things are curiosity and rebellion. It takes a bit of rebellion to be a creative pianist because you are rebelling against the traditional method. That is the stock standard. If you want to do anything other than that, you've got to have a bit of a rebellious streak to you. Or let's put it this way, if you are going on a different path to just the traditional piano path, then guess what? You are a rebel. Okay. A bit of rebellion and a bit of curiosity. So what would it sound like if I changed this about the song? What would happen if I took this in a different direction? What would happen if I changed the key signature or the time signature? Or what would happen if I just paused on this chord for a bit and just got a bit of a riff going. I wonder how that works. Wow, that's a cool song. What's the chord progression going on there? Why does this sound so good to me or so bad to me? Or why am I feeling this way as a result of this music? All of those questions is curiosity. And if you've got curiosity, then all you need is a little bit of rebellion in order to put that curiosity into action. So it's daring to rebel against the status quo and having the gumption to turn the melody upside down, to go off page from sheet music, having the gall to make mistakes and to allow yourself to play something that might sound bad in order to find something that sounds good, and to just be willing to pursue something that is different to what is being served up on the plate for you. Valerie says, curious and rebellious piano picnic students. Yeah, I think, do we need a t-shirt? I know we've already got some members here, but just in case anyone's watching and you are not a member, let's just talk a little bit about how the membership is going to help you. So all of Piano Picnic's courses, as I said, geared towards developing creative, self-sufficient, free pianists with musicality to burn. Woo woo! We don't deal in grades or levels like the traditional piano method. We deal in creative skills. So each course will help you develop a specific skill, from improvising to lead sheet playing to riffing to playing by ear. You can get the basics of piano playing anywhere on the internet. What Piano Picnic does is sort of just leave the basics. I do have a course called Super Basics that helps you with the basics if you're at that stage, because I've wanted to get onto all the special things that I can teach you. Piano Picnic is the only place where you will get a good grounding in all of those creative skills. I launched the membership in June 2020. So the idea was to get an affordable, ongoing program for pianists. So that was the whole idea. Since then, we've grown a massive vault of the monthly coachings. I think there's 10 in there now, of different topics ranging from technique to chords, chord progressions, comping, playing while singing, arranging for solo piano, and also 12-bar blues and a couple of other topics as well. That's as well as the courses. That's something else I wanted to say, is the Creative Pianist membership isn't just about courses and workshops, although those are the main things that are like bang for your buck. The other thing that you get in the membership that you don't get anywhere else is priority support from me personally. You also get feedback when you send me a recording of something you're working on anytime. So you also get to become a part of the community. So we have a little forum of all the Creative Pianist members where we can chat about stuff and talk about course content, talk about our journeys, talk about our goals. The piano is a solo instrument, so it can get really lonely. This is why it's important to have a community around you, especially of the type of pianist that you are and that you want to be. Everything's covered. It's just a great program, and I want to invite you to get in there. I know it means money, but let me tell you that it is more than worth it. I want to see you come into the membership today because you are going to enjoy it, and your skills are just you're just going to learn things that you haven't learned anywhere else. So the link that you go to when you sign up, this is what you'll do: pianopicnic.com/creative. Play it like you mean it, and let's think about those t-shirts, okay?